Russ, this could be a difficult week to motivate guys given the circumstances. My guess is it probably isn't because of the rivalry and who you're playing and the seniors at senior day. Is that the right answer there? Is there plenty of motivation left?
Plenty of motivation. I don't see our team or their team not wanting to play this game, not preparing like they should to win a football game. For us, it's a winning season. For us, it's beating our biggest rival. Sending these seniors out with a big win. So there's a lot to play for, and I'm sure William and Mary's it's the same thing. I mean, it's Richmond, William and Mary. You've been around it a long time. A lot of guys have been around. I've been involved with it for 18 different times, I think, 17 or 18. So I understand how big this game is.
Is there more trash talking? Are the practices a little more intense when it's William and Mary week?
I didn't see a whole lot of. It was just kind of go out there and it's game week and Tuesday practice. Let's go practice. So no, not a lot of difference.
Coach, when you go into senior day like this, and there's a lot of expectation to be in the playoff, and I know it hasn't been as great as you would like to be, but for them to have this rivalry game on their senior day, especially for this class, how special will it be for you to kind of see them off and for them to have this opportunity to finish the season strong?
Well, I know it's going to be tough on them because most of the time it's not your last game. And, for us, it's going to be their last game. And I think that's what's going to make it more difficult. Most of the senior days, that you're involved with here or when you're winning, you're shaking their hands saying, do good today, but we'll see you next week. In this one, it's your last game. Play well, and so it's a little tougher. I hope we never are doing this ever again, and I hope our underclassmen understand that this has got to be the last time that we're not preparing for a game, whether it's Thanksgiving weekend or the weekend after that.
Russ, how has your understanding of this league changed or grown or developed as this season has gone on? What is it that maybe you didn't think it was or something like that?
I think the physicality of the league. I was just talking to Coach Brinks before I came here, and we're talking about what we need to do, to get these guys ready for next year. Whether it's, I don't know if we're probably as athletic or more athletic than anybody we play. We can run. We're long. We got good athletes. Now I think we got to take those really, really good athletes and get a little bit more mass on them, a little bit more strength on them, obviously. But the bottom line is our kids fought them. We fought. But I think the physicality of the league is way different. It's not as much a sideline to sideline league as some of the other places.
Where does Kyle Lauletta rank in Richmond quarterback history?
Wow, he's got to be one of the two best, him and Eric Ward, I would believe. Those are the two best that I've ever been around. They're really good players. They're both special people and players. So, some people may say Eric, some people may say Kyle, but that's pretty high cotton right there for both those guys. I don't know what y'all think, but I can't imagine many more better than those two.
You addressed this December 20th signing day previously. Since then, do you have a better feel for maybe the percentage of guys who you'll sign in total who will do so on December 20th and who will do so in February?
I'm hoping 50%. I hope we get half our class. We're on track for that. But, man, that's a little over a month away. Anything can happen in this business, I'm telling you. But I'd say we're going to try to get half signed on that day.
Back to Kyle real quick. What about him stood out in your eyes that even impressed you this season that maybe we don't get a chance to see regularly?
Just, I think the work ethic, really honing his craft, whether it's physically, whether it's, mechanically, but also the study part of it. I see him over here all the time, studying his opponent, studying the game. I see him in there watching film. I see him bringing people with him. I know him and Hud are in here all the time. Garrett Hudson are in here all the time watching, studying. I think that probably what stands out most about him. He's got great mechanics. I mean, just watch him. He looks like a quarterback. He throws the ball the right way. His footwork is fantastic. He was pretty much a really polished player by the time we got here.
Does Kyle have postseason opportunities yet, or are you pushing for that?
Yes, he does.
Can you tell us what they are, or not yet?
Well, the three big ones are the Senior Bowl, the East West, and the NFLPA. And congratulations to Garrett back there. He's got an invite to the NFLPA game, which is huge. That's a big game right there. And for him to get that invite made me extremely proud because, I know what kind of talent he is. Sometimes they all don't know it, and somebody else out there, recognized, the fact that he can play, and that's a big game. I mean, I think that's, I've been trying to get people in that game, the East-West game, the Senior Bowl, a lot, and it is hard to get people in those games. So I think Kyle will be in one of those games. I'm not sure which one.
And I would venture to say you believe he has the possibilities of maybe going to the next level.
Oh yeah, I don't know all about that stuff, but he can play at the next level. But that's just schmucky old me saying it. But he's talented, and what people are saying is he's going to get an opportunity to do that stuff.
What do you think he does well enough that could translate?
Well, we got a lot of Kyle questions today. Is he around somewhere? Man, how about a Madison Day question back there? Go ahead. I'm sorry, Kyle. Go ahead. And we all love him. I mean, he's a great person. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was going to ask about Madison after this one. Don't worry.
Yeah, right.
I really did.
Okay.
But what about his game do you think can translate well to the NFL?
He's got good enough arm strength. I think the only knock on him right now is probably, and this sounds stupid, but size. He's got some length to him. I'm sure he's not going to be the tallest guy. He's got some girth to him, but I would think probably size. Is he big enough? But there are some special ones out there that are 6 feet tall, and one was in our backyard, and he's probably not even six feet tall. But I think I like his arm strength. I think they all like his arm strength. Throws a great deep ball. I think you guys all see that. His escapability is really good. And, if we were running our offense that we ran 2 years ago at Chattanooga, he would be really effective at it because I think he can make you miss and run through some tackles and be a great ball carrier. That's not what we wanted to do with him. But he could be effective at that. But this is just, I haven't spoken to scouts here recently. We've had every team other than Cincinnati Bengals in here, and that's my hometown. But every team has been in, and most of them been in multiple times, and we've got other guys too. But we've probably got 3 or 4 that are going to get opportunities in some capacity.
Earlier I mentioned Senior Day, and here's the Madison follow-up. But he's a local guy from Midlothian, and you have a lot of players that are from this area. And to have a Senior Day like this, no postseason, they can focus on this one game. Does it make it special to have those guys really enjoy the moment, savor it? It could be one of the few times they play football again.
Yeah, there'll be a lot that I think even know that this will be their last time, and now they're going to go out in the business world and make a lot of money doing that or doing whatever they want to do. But, you mentioned Madison, and probably none of this will get on TV or in the newspaper because I see John not writing anymore because it's not Kyle Aletta. But, Madison came up to me and says, hey, can I come back for my 5th year? And, I'm going to need some scholarship money. And I went to Coach Legg, and I didn't know Madison from anybody. And I said, hey, Coach Legg, do you think we want Madison to come back for a 5th year? And Coach Legg said, yeah, no question. Unbelievable value. And Coach Legg was right. Madison brought a lot of value to this team. But I told Madison, I said, Madison, I don't want you to be a guy that if you're not the starting linebacker, that you're pouting, that you're mad, that you're a bad locker room guy. I said, if it means special teams and a backup linebacker, I want you to be happy with that. Can you be happy with that? And he said, yeah. And the guy's been unbelievable. He's on every special team. He's played a lot at linebacker. Just been a joy to be around as a 5th-year senior. And I've had them come back for their 5th year and not be starters, and halfway through the year mope around and quit, and not quit the team, but quit on their team. And Madison's. He's as good as I've been around. We trust him. But Legg was right. I mean, he's brought a lot of value to this team.
Can you speak on the class as a whole, including, with Madison, just, you coming in, them?
I feel bad because it's so hard. It took me 6 months to even figure out who they were. So, I hope I connected some. I hope our coaches connected some. I just don't know if we really connected in the time frame that we had. We wanted to win games for them. I know they wanted to win games for us and their teammates. It's a great group, no question about that. I haven't had any issues. They're hard workers. We saw that from day one. So I just, if you're just around somebody for 6 months, it's so hard to, and we were around them a little bit more than 6 months, but you're talking about summer, you're not around them as much, and winter and spring. So, I think we got to know them, but probably not anywhere near. Now, next year, we'll be around this next class, and we'll have a couple years with them, so we'll kind of know them a little bit better. But it's an excellent group. I mean, they're talented, and like I said, there'll be a bunch. There'll be quite a few that are legitimately can walk out on that field and do a pro day. And I've had guys walk out there and do a pro day that like, what are you doing coming out here? But we legitimately got a handful or more seniors that can walk out there and really scouts say, yeah, that he belongs out here at this pro day. There's places I've been that they don't belong out there. But there's probably 6, 7, 8 that'll go out to pro day that legitimate. Now, whether they get a shot or not, it's hard. It's hard. But last year they had 5 guys get shots, and I would hope we get 5 or 6 guys this year to get shots, and we'll do everything possible to help them do that.
Russ, you're going to get a new AD introduced here in a little bit.
Hey, how about
First
that?
Impressions of the
Scott told me I might get a question about that.
Obviously, you don't know this fellow well. I don't guess, but do you have any initial impressions of the hire and the guy?
Well, just some of the people that participated in the hiring process. Just thought he was fantastic and a slam dunk for this place. Guys that I trust. I mean, Dave Hale did a great job with it, and whoever was on the committee, obviously they did a great job. I like the fact that he has a football background. I mean, obviously we all know his background. He played, so to me that kind of made me feel better about him. I met him briefly, we have connections. through different people that I've worked with that he knows. So we'll be familiar with each other pretty quickly.